Better?
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday, December the 5th, and 22 minutes here with Jason and Stefan. We're just doing the pre-show here. Got about 10 minutes here. We're going to get everything set up, and then we'll get started. We got a lot to cover today.
Sweet. And as always, look at the timer. If you don't want to watch us getting ready, you can fast forward. It's like when you have to wait for your wife or girlfriend to come out of the bathroom or the bedroom to go out. You have the opportunity to fast forward past us. So just imagine if you could do that every day.
Just imagine.
Hey, take these 8 minutes here and just imagine how easy your life would be if you could say, if your wife says, I'll be ready in 15 minutes, and you wait 30 minutes, I'm almost done. If you could just take that little bar. You didn't see it because I moved it because you guys can't see me. I forget. All right.
Okay, hang on. Mute that tab.
In the famous words of Black Eyed Peas, let's get it started in here.
Absolutely, dude. This is kind of the boring side of things. All right, send now.
Let's see how many viewers. I bet you we get one live viewer. It's me.
And I'm testing out a new thing here for Periscope here too. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know if by me doing this it will cause any problems. Hopefully not.
All right. It says that you're watching right now. We have a viewer, and it's you. You're the viewer this whole time. He's been living in the house the whole time. Remember those 80s murder mysteries?
Oh, yeah.
Or the calls come from the house.
All right, it looks like it's sharing out very nicely, so I'm going to close down Facebook. You're going to monitor that.
Yep. We have, what are some of our top news stories today, Jason?
Loan limits. Increase in loan limits. Both FHA and conventional. Don't know on VA just yet. At least I haven't seen anything come across. So loan limits, that's a good one.
Yep, it is. Today on the show we are talking about loan limits. Did they go up? Did they go down? What does it mean? And
then I want to talk about our recent vote here in Arizona about minimum wage increase. There could be some problems for that.
Okay. Let me get the minimum wage.
And I'm going to do the Periscope from here because that's just going to be.
So a few other topics as well. Enjoy, share, like, and comment. Do it. All right. I'm going to post this to my timeline. That's Jayson, birthday. There's a whispering.
Okay.
Playing with the measuring tape. It's measuring what you guys wish. Oh, that's funny. Newsmaker Monday. Is our show today. For those that are watching right now as we're getting the stuff ready, I'm pretty much typing what I'm singing what I'm typing for my page shares. So I said Newsmaker Mondays is our show today. Topics include... Are you there, Jason?
I am, dude. I'm sorry. I'm like in deep concentration here.
Okay, you're right.
Newsmaker.
I didn't know who I was talking to. But topics include, let's see if I got these right. Minimum wage increase, and what does that mean? Other topics are that the loan limits have changed. What does that mean? And then I had that dream where I bought a house. What does that mean?
Oh, man. All right, you sound good, man. What does
Thanks.
it mean when you buy a house?
Better.
Is that what's playing on Pandora right now? We got about 3 minutes left here.
Oh, I didn't put on the Pandora. I did not.
All right, lots to cover. Lots to cover.
So much. 22 minutes isn't enough.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Not today. We got a lot to talk about. That's going to be good conversation.
And mute our. All right. So my issue now is the. Oh, let's move this over here.
All right, everybody on Periscope. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Please share with your friends and family. This is the Monday edition of 22 Minutes with Jayson and Stefan, where we cover the top newsmakers here in real estate. So please stay tuned for that. We'll get started here in about 2 minutes. And head over to our Facebook page, or from Periscope, actually. Follow me on Periscope, if you would. I appreciate that.
I would follow you. Follow you wherever you may go. That's all I got.
That's Stefan singing in the background for all of you who can't see him just yet.
I'm the one, if you're watching, I'm the one on the cartoon with the hat on.
Yeah, he's the one in the lower right-hand corner there.
Yeah.
We will bring that caricature to life here in just a minute.
Imagine that caricature with some beard hair. Hey, you should be shaving, right? It's December.
I know. Well, now it's Don't Care December.
Oh, I don't care December. Okay.
Yeah, well, it goes from No Shave November to Don't Care December. To Just Wing It January. I'm making this up. I'm making it up.
No, I like it. Maybe we're starting a new trend.
Yeah, we'll start a new trend.
Maybe all of our watchers are going to start not caring in December, in the most thoughtful time of year. Don't care.
Right.
Hey, the Salvation Army bell. Ding, 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 ding. Sorry, don't care.
Don't care. No hygiene December.
Right.
Just kidding.
It's I know in Montana where I'm from, it gets pretty cold, and then no one can really smell you anyway after those 4 or 5 layers of. I think the most I've ever had was like 6 layers. T-shirt, t-shirt, t-shirts, longer shirt,
long
sweater.
johns and stuff like that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get started here. We got about 30 seconds left, and we'll get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining today on Periscope. Please share with your sphere of influence, your Periscope friends. Really appreciate that. If you're giving me hearts, I really can't see on Periscope. I have it playing, but I can't really see, which is kind of weird. But I don't see the hearts or anything like that. So if you're giving us hearts, thank you very much for that. Really appreciate that.
Into the playback. You got to watch that playback.
Yeah, we watch the playback and we see the hearts. So thank you all for doing that.
I'm going to refresh my Facebook Live here because it's still those minutes. But I can talk to you.
All right, let's get
I just don't have anybody.
We're going to get the ball rolling, brother.
All right.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes with Jayson and Stephen Cotton. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to us and what we have to say here on this Monday here, December the 5th. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. This is the man, the caricature he's now brought to life. Hey, if you're looking to purchase, refinance, or sell your property, I think I said that backwards as I normally say it differently. Kind of confused me there a
Right.
little bit,
It's
but
just backwards to you, not to them.
not to them.
Yeah. Right.
But if you're looking to do any of those sort of things here in the Phoenix metropolitan area, we certainly would love the opportunity to earn your business. So please reach out to us. Follow us right here on Twitter if you dare, and we would love to follow you back. All
Do
right.
you tweet a lot before we get to the
I do.
the?
I do tweet a lot. I use Twitter quite a bit. Not as much as our president-elect, but I do use Twitter. I do use it.
He's hardcore, huh?
He is hardcore. He is hardcore. Hey, speaking of which, let's get to today's tweet quote of the day. Let's get that going, and then let's get right to the top newsmakers. All right, today's top or tweet quote of the day is brought to us by Bill Gates. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, right. Success. If you're always successful, then what have you learned? You only learn through the failures in life. And I thought about this because I actually got approached from a gentleman out of Italy. And this was on a live stream that I did. This was about 6 months ago. Just give you a little quick story. Live stream I was doing. A guy from from Italy who owns he's part of a farmer's market. He sells, I think, lemons there in Italy. And he said in his family, he was always taught that, hey, you're going to sell lemons for your life. That's what you're going to do. You're going to sell lemons. Where I thought it was very interesting because he was asking us, or me, in the United States, how is it people just accept failure? Because here, when we're told we're going to sell lemons, that's what we do. We don't take the risk in going out to try to sell
Right.
apples, as an example. Because we know lemons have been successful for our family. Therefore, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Where here in the United States, our culture, we're a little more daring, a little more stepping outside the box. You can be whoever you want to be here in this country. So I found it pretty interesting.
Yeah, the entrepreneurship idea.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's a little backstory. Oh, you broke up there. You broke up.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm having a little issue. Okay, I'm here now. Can you hear me?
So let's get to these top newsmakers because we've got a lot to cover here. Number one, and just announced on, I think it was Friday, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac raising the loan limits here in the United States, or here across the country. Currently, it was 417,000. Now it's 424,100.
So the 417. I've done a few deals with the 417 number. So that's a national number. I thought it was more like regional.
It is regional. It is regional.
Okay.
But for the most part, it covers a lot. There are more expensive areas, high-cost areas. But for us here in Arizona, it's all 417,000. Used to be in Flagstaff used to be higher in Flagstaff, 636 or whatever. It's now, yeah.
I'm selling in the wrong part of the valley or the state.
The state, right? But now across the state, it's 424,100. Now, not that big of a difference, about $7,000
Right.
higher. But hey, it's at least a step in the right direction.
Right.
I mean, we've seen price pressure, right? I mean, there's a lot of price increases going on here in the valley.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother market too. And I just sat with one of our sellers, our listings. We decided to lower the price from 229 to 225 because the online buyers, or where 90% of the people start their home search, have blocks for their home search, right?
Yeah.
Between 200 and 225 and 225 to 250. So by lowering it to 225, we've increased our buyer pool of these 225 buyers that maybe didn't even know the house was there.
Yeah.
So, and in the same vein, now this 424 and change, we can list houses at 425 before we're, or maybe even the buyers can move their 425 to 450.
Yeah.
As far as the purchase price, right? Because that's the loan amount, not the purchase price, correct?
That's correct. It's the loan amount. So if the sales price is, like you had mentioned there, 450, if you put enough money down to make this, bridge that gap to 424, 100, then you're in the conforming loan limits and outside of that jumbo loan limit, which is very, very difficult, to get approved for. Jumbo is really, really tight right now.
5% down on a 424 is about 21,000, so that actually puts you into the 445 range without any extra. So
yeah, so it's really good. It's a step in the right direction for sure. Some would argue that we need a higher loan limit here, at least here in Arizona.
And we got it.
But I'm saying high.
I know what you mean.
Are you playing tricks on me?
Well, it's like when you make a wish for something, man. You got to be more specific on your wish.
I know.
Hey, I wish for higher loan limits. Okay, boom. Well, I should have wished for like 50% higher.
Right. Right. Exactly.
You got to be specific when you have that genie.
Now, the other thing too with this is that FHA has kind of followed suit. So FHA has followed suit as well. They've raised the loan limit too. This all takes effect January 1, so less than a month away. The new loan limit here for Maricopa County and Pinal County is $279,450. Up from $271,050.
Yeah.
So so another step in the right direction for sure.
So 3.5% down used to be about a $289,000 loan, right?
Yeah.
So I can say since we're adding more, we're getting closer to that $300,000 mark for an FHA buyer.
Yeah, we really are. Which is really, really, really good. This helps a lot of people. They had this price increase or this loan limit increase about 6 months ago, and Maricopa County was nothing happened. We didn't get any, and there was a lot of pushback on that. But now they've gone across the country and raised these loan limits, which I think is good. Is that a thing? Is that a predictor of things to come? Which leads us into our next story here, which I think was part of Realtor.com released. From Realtor.com. They released a study or prediction for next year. There's a lot of predictions coming out this time of year, obviously, for 2017. And it says here, if you're thinking about selling a home in Phoenix area, 2017 could be the year. A new forecast from Realtor.com is calling the Valley the best housing for sales and home price increases next year.
Boom.
So there you go. Which I think this, and we'll get into why why I feel that this is probably a prediction here from Realtor.com. And I want to get your take on it too, Stefan. Sure. Now, the flip side of that is that if you're looking to purchase a home, that's not necessarily good news, right? So if you're looking to get a bargain or something like that, hey, those days may be over. But that'll help a lot of those underwater sellers too.
Right.
If that happens, right?
I've been preaching about that 10-year arm. Maybe this will edge them in time to break even. Exactly.
Now, why I think that this is a big step here or a big predictor is because of there was a thing last week. Doug Ducey, the mayor of Phoenix here, announced the electric car maker, Lucid. They're getting into electric cars. They're getting into what is it? What's the big electric car maker? Tesla. No, Tesla.
No.
Tesla.
What's that? Yeah.
Tesla, right? So Lucid Motors is going to start making electric cars, and they're opening a plant right here in Phoenix. It's actually in Casa Grande, Casa Grande, depending on how you pronounce it there. But that could be up to 2,000 additional jobs down in that area, which is a big boost for that area down there.
Right.
There's still a lot of things that need to happen there, but the city and the state have given some breaks to that company to try to attract them here to Arizona, which they accepted. They still got to raise quite a bit of money to actually open the plant, but it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I would like to follow up with that, like on a monthly, to see where we're at with that.
Yeah. I'll stay on top of that and see what happens with that, and see if it really happens. But it was a big press conference last week, and it was a big deal. Healthcare giant McKesson announced it's moving into a bigger regional headquarters on the River Pima Maricopa Indian community where it could house hundreds of additional employees. So they're looking to expand as well, which is good. So
Right.
jobs and job creation here in the valley is good, looking pretty good. We'll see if that trend continues, but so far so good. And I think those are some key factors. We had Apple announce, last year that they were moving some of their operations here. We've got a
Yeah.
lot of the Silicon Valley type
Yeah, we
California
got
companies.
Intel, Microchip.
Yeah, Uber
We
has their
got stuff.
headquarters here now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean a lot of good stuff coming here, right?
If only we had a sports team with a winning record, then we'd have the trifecta.
Hey, we may still have that. We may still have that. We need the Cardinals. I mean, man, all of our sports teams are
I mean, we're all like happy below 500. I think that's
right.
we're afraid to win.
Um,
Sorry to change the topic on that, but yeah, it's a very good indicator when these businesses are coming in, and it's a good indicator for the houses we're building. I mean, right now Santan Valley is #1 for new builds, and then Buckeye is #2. So I think that Santan Valley is going to help house the Casa Grande. But on the investor side, we look at multi-unit. I get deals on a multi-unit property in Casa Grande
yeah.
that I passed a couple weeks ago that maybe I shouldn't pass on moving forward, because there's going to be a bunch of employees moving there to congregate, probably looking to rent for a year or two before they buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're investing down in Casa Grande, that might be a wise investment. That's been one of the areas in the valley that has been kind of a bargain shopper area, really,
Right.
right, for the past 6 or 7 years. So maybe that'll change. Maybe that will change. Hey, I wanted to also bring up. I saw this article, and I'm not sure it was on. I'm not sure who wrote this article here, but it listed the top areas, metropolitan areas, that is the most difficult to get a mortgage in.
Okay.
And I don't know why this is. I've got my own ideas, but Miami is #1. Miami is the toughest place to get a mortgage in the United States right now. And these numbers are about a year old. But we have to release them as mortgage. We're required by law to release these numbers, and they're generally a year behind. Miami, there were 15,887 mortgage applications, which that seems low. That seems low for last year. I don't know. So I don't know if all of these are actually reported. Of those, denied were 3,086. So that represented 19%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just over 19% of that number, which when you look at that, again, I don't know if that's I don't know where these numbers are actually coming from or
Well,
how.
when I think of Miami, I think of condos, and when I think of condos, I think about a 50% owner occupancy
Right.
regulation here. So if half of those 3,000 some that got declined were trying to buy a condo for a first-time home buyer, maybe that's the reason. But
Yeah, well, we were #9. Phoenix metropolitan area was #9. 45,809 applications, 3,957 of them were denied, which represented just over 8.5%. Which, again, I don't know if that's due to credit, due to people pulling out, because there's some of them that are, accepted, approved, and then the
yeah,
customer doesn't provide their documentation, or they decide not to move forward, or they withdraw their application, whatever. And so I don't know if it doesn't really specify whether that number is part of that percentage. But I thought it was interesting that we're #9 in the
we're
country.
#9.
Yeah.
We're #9. The point I want to make on that is when I meet with buyers for the first time, I always tell them there's about 50 lenders out there that I don't trust, and there's about 5 that I do.
Yeah.
When I first started this journey in real estate, I had a lender tell me that this buyer was good to go, good to go. They're moving from Kentucky. They're getting over the pass down there, the Flagstaff coming down, thinking we're going to close that day, and the guy's not answering his phone for the last 2-3 days. The lender. So I'm like, hey, we need these loan docs. They're coming down, and then they finally get back to me. Oh, he's in a meeting. He's in a meeting, and then the manager calls me up and says, yeah, this loan's not going to fly. They moved. They have a U-Haul, and we're not going to close. I even got them pre-possession because I knew we needed 3 more days to close.
Yeah.
So they're coming down to Maricopa. Is down in Maricopa to buy this house, and I had to tell them the loan didn't work because your credit score didn't bounce up. Now, this lender thought that maybe it would bounce. That's an issue. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we really need 5 more points to make this deal close.
Right.
So And that was a loan. I mean, that's not a loan. Yeah, that's a loan denial, right? At the end of the day, because we had to put it in a rental quick.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like I don't know exactly how these numbers are formulated, but like Detroit. Detroit was one, two, three, four, five, six. Number six. They only had 9,000 applications for mortgage applications in Detroit last year. 915 of them were denied. That's 10%.
Yeah, 10%. So
Yeah.
it's just going by percentage of declines because we
Yeah.
had over 3,000. How many did we have?
39, almost 4,000. 3957.
So yeah, we had more people decline than Miami had declined, like for
Right.
people.
Right.
But our percentages were a lot lower because we live in the Valley of the Sun where people are moving. A lot of
Yeah.
people pay cash down here too. So
Yeah, cash and stuff like that. So, plus we have, people, I don't know if these are credit issues or what, but Miami, Tampa was number two, New York, New Jersey, White Plains, New York, number three, Las Vegas was number three, our sister city, some consider. Los Angeles, number five, one, two, three, yeah, five. Detroit, San Diego, Chicago, then Phoenix, then Atlanta, Cleveland, Seattle, Washington, Boston, Denver, Portland, Minneapolis. Some of this could say too, that the price increase, the value of homes have gone up so dramatically, so quickly, yet wages haven't kept up with that, and so that could be a denial too. They just get priced out of the market.
right.
You know.
I think more of it is lack of education to the buyer and what
Yeah.
they need to do because if a lender does their job right, then we as realtors aren't showing houses to people that aren't going to qualify for a loan. So a lender that tells me they're good to go when they're not good to go, it puts everybody in a bad situation.
Absolutely. I think that's a key thing, which is why we do this show, to educate people, right? To help people out. Um, okay, so some other top newsmakers here. Let's see here. Oh,
Minimum wage.
yeah, minimum wage. Let's talk about minimum wage here. So minimum wage, we voted to increase minimum wage here in Arizona, and I was watching a thing which would help housing, right? We talk about affordability and so on and so forth. Facebook announced, I think yesterday or today, that they're putting in $20 million of their profit into San Francisco housing because of affordability issues there in San Francisco. And I think the raising of minimum wage is an effort to help affordable housing, if you will, or help people buy more housing. The our minimum wage was voted to increase. I think it's Proposition 204. I think it was in early November was voted to take effect next year, and I think up until 2020 to get
Yeah.
up to $12 an hour. That I think may be contested. There's some rumblings going on about that it may not actually take effect because of one of our state laws, which is that our state requires funding for anything that is passed. So when you think about state workers, there are state workers that are under $12 an hour. So how's the state going to fund paying somebody $12 an hour? They don't have the budget in there to do that.
Right.
So they may contest the $12 an hour. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen of that, but
Right.
I heard some things on a talk show this weekend that the state may fight that because they don't have proper funding for it, which I thought was interesting. And what would that do to pricing?
Well, $12 more an hour means more taxes collected. I mean that's the other thing too. You're collecting 50% more taxes,
Yeah, so
right?
maybe it self-funds itself. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I would think in the grand scheme of things. But I wanted to tag upon that 50% more because we're in the $8 range, right,
Hmm.
for minimum wage.
Hmm.
So to move it up to $12 an hour is actually a 50% increase in your minimum wage. So my question to you is does that mean that we get a 50% increase in purchase power for, like, let's say a
No,
house, or
no.
how does that usually trickle down?
No, because it's based on a percentage, so it's really hard to kind of say because everybody's debt is different versus their income. So, and then some of those people that get $12 an hour or $8 an hour work overtime, and so getting that overtime then calculates as part of percentage as well.
Yeah.
So there is no rule of thumb. We talk about rule of thumb a lot.
Right.
There really is no rule of thumb that I'm
Okay.
aware of anyway that equates to additional purchasing power by getting a $2, $3, $4 pay increase.
Well, $4 an hour at 40 hours a week is about an $8,000 a year increase on their taxes
Mhm.
using a 50 week work week. or 50-week work year.
Yeah.
So $8,000 at the end of the day is, I think it helps. It helps the purchase power, but
It
yeah, you're
helps.
right.
It
Probably not.
helps. It may not. It may not equate to a whole lot, but it helps because a lot of people spend it before they get it, kind of thing too. That's another. The human factor is not factored in there. Okay, Ben Carson. Ben Carson, I think, accepted the HUD nomination. We mentioned this like last week or the week before
Right.
that he was being considered. Looks like he has agreed to accept the HUD nomination. So he's going to be this. He's going to take Julian Castro's position. I'm a little torn on this one. I got to be honest with you. This guy is very smart in the medical world, maybe politically savvy a little bit, but in housing, I don't know. I don't know enough about Ben Carson to know whether or not he would be a good head, HUD secretary. I don't know.
Like we talked about last week, because that's the position you want for designated survivor.
Yeah.
But the question I have is, because he's using his street cred in Detroit to account for urban housing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, we need housing all the way around. I get it. I totally get it. But we can't
Put somebody in there. Listen, you're Donald Trump. You're like the king of real estate, or like the person people think about when they say real estate. You can find one other buddy or somebody that's really good at real estate to fit that role, because that's what it is. Let's get serious. It's housing and real estate. That throws it like a red flag. Like, why couldn't Donald Trump find somebody that's qualified, that he trusts,
Right.
versus a doctor from Detroit? But yeah.
Right. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes maybe having a fresh mind in there, somebody who's unbiased, doesn't have that jaded view on things, sometimes can bring a fresh perspective on things. So maybe it'll be good. I don't know. And the good thing about our government, if it's not working, it can change very, very quickly.
Right.
So if it's not working, maybe he'll just, get somebody else in there. Well, that pretty much does it, man. We got 22 minutes, and I didn't cover everything. I told you we got a lot, man.
We talk too much, man.
I know. I do talk too much, right? I'm not a newscaster. Brian Gumbel.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, thanks everyone for watching. We're out of time. Appreciate you spending time with us here on Monday. We do this every Monday through Friday. Not just a particular Monday through Friday, but every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Tomorrow is Trending Tuesday. And if you want to reach out to the show, please hashtag 22minutesaz on Twitter, or head over to our Facebook page and message us directly from our Facebook page. So any final thoughts here, and then we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to everybody that's watching. I wasn't able to see if there's any comments and stuff because I was having a little issue on the back end there. But I think, there's so much news. So the question I have is, do we create a content for the other topics, or like links? That's something we probably need to talk about, right? Yeah,
we'll probably talk about that. Absolutely. Well, we'll see everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Arizona time for Trending Tuesday, where we cover some of the top trends in real estate. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
All right. Thanks, everybody.